100,000 people at a race start booing a driver on the podium. Some of these drivers are world champions who've won the biggest races, and afterwards somehow they managed to turn entire crowds against them. Maybe they won too much, said something unforgivable, or just couldn't handle the pressure when millions were watching. We're going through F1's most hated drivers, from mildly irritating to absolutely intense. Nikita Mazepin. Nikita Mazepin was basically the worst teammate and driver you could imagine. Everyone hated him because he was dangerous on track, and acted like a total jerk off the track too. Nikita's dad was super rich, and he bought him an F1 seat by paying the team tons of money. That's not always bad, still usually those drivers at least try to prove they belong there. Nikita just acted like he owned the place. His driving was honestly scary and was like someone who just got their license trying to race at 200 miles per hour. He would crash all the time, get in other drivers' way, and do really dangerous stuff that could hurt people. His own teammate Mick Schumacher couldn't stand him because Nikita would actually try to mess up Mick's practice runs on purpose. Right before the 2021 season started, this gross video came out showing him being inappropriate with a woman who clearly didn't want it. Instead of really apologizing, he just gave some fake corporate sorry that nobody believed. When Russia started the war in Ukraine and people found out his dad was connected to Putin, his team finally had enough and kicked him out. Nobody was sad to see him go because he just didn't belong in F1. If this one got into your nerves, then wait until the end to see the most hated guy in the F1 that would literally make you provoke so badly. Logan Sargeant. Logan Sargeant was hated because he simply wasn't fast enough and was wasting a precious F1 seat that only 20 drivers in the world get to have. When Logan joined F1, American fans were thrilled. Finally, they had someone to root for after years without an American on the grid. F1 was growing in America, and they found their guy ready to take on the world. Except Logan couldn't deliver what he should when it mattered most. His lap times were consistently slow, even judged for driving a Williams that wasn't exactly championship material. While his teammate Alex Albon was regularly scoring points and looking competitive, Logan was struggling at the back of the field race after race. The 2024 season was brutal for Logan. He scored 0 points in the first half of the year. 0. In modern F1, where even the slowest cars occasionally grab a point or two when things get crazy, that's just embarrassing. Meanwhile, Albon was showing the Williams could actually be decent with the right driver. Fans started getting frustrated because it felt like Logan was wasting an incredible opportunity. There are insanely talented drivers in Formula 2, IndyCar, and other series who would do anything for an F1 seat. These guys spend their whole lives dreaming of racing in F1, and here's someone who looked completely out of his depth, holding on to one of the most desired jobs in motorsport. The hate wasn't really personal. Everyone who met Logan said he was a genuinely nice guy who worked incredibly hard. He was always professional, never made excuses, and clearly cared about improving. F1 fans just want to see the best drivers in the world competing at the highest level. Serious issues occur when someone obviously isn't at that level, but keeps getting chances while better drivers sit on the sidelines. Williams eventually dropped him by mid-season, replacing Logan with Argentine rookie Franco Colapinto. The fact that they dropped an American driver right when F1 was exploding in popularity in America tells you everything about how badly his F1 career went. It was a business decision that said performance matters more than marketing potential. Fernando Alonso. Fernando Alonso has incredible talent, 2 world championships, and some of the most amazing wheel-to-wheel racing you'll ever witness. Unfortunately, Fernando also has this skill for creating drama and political chaos wherever he goes. His second time at McLaren really damaged his reputation with a lot of fans. He was constantly complaining about the car in public, making passive and aggressive comments in interviews, and generally making life miserable for everyone around him. That famous GP2 engine, GP2 war, radio outburst became a meme. This also showed how he'd throw his own team under the bus on live television. The whole Spygate scandal in 2007 revealed Fernando's willingness to play dirty politics. McLaren got caught with Ferrari's technical secrets, and Fernando was right in the middle of it all. While he avoided punishment, it showed he'd use any advantage possible. Fernando's career moves also annoyed fans who value loyalty. He left Ferrari when things got tough, returned to McLaren hoping they'd improved, left again when they hadn't, tried IndyCar for a short time, came back to F1 with Alpine, then jumped to Aston Martin when they offered more money. Some fans see this constant team hopping as chasing paychecks rather than commitment or loyalty. The main frustrating fact is that Fernando drives like an absolute legend. Even people who can't stand his attitude have to admit he's one of the most skilled drivers ever. His ability to extract performance from mediocre cars is supernatural. He just burned a lot of bridges and caused chaos with his political games and public criticism of his employers. Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen is arguably the best driver on the grid now. He won 4 world championships in a row from 2021 to 2024, breaking records left and right. And that's exactly why a lot of fans got sick of him. Max's dominance became almost comical. He won 10 races straight in 2023, which was incredible to witness, but also made F1 predictable as hell. When one driver is winning almost every single race, the championship becomes boring for F1 fans. People started calling it the Max Verstappen Show instead of a competitive racing series. It wasn't just the winning that bothered people, though. Max has this super aggressive driving style that pushes right up to the limit of what's legal. His battles with Lewis Hamilton in 2021 were intense and sometimes looked very dangerous too. Those two were racing each other like their lives depended on it. The Brazil incident in 2021 really split the fan base. Max basically forced Lewis off the track, and the stewards didn't even investigate it properly. A lot of fans felt like Max was getting special treatment because he was fighting for his first championship and the sport wanted a new champion. Max's personality also makes people judge wrong. He doesn't do the fake media thing that a lot of drivers do. He's very honest, sometimes sounds arrogant, and never apologizes for being ultra-competitive. Some fans love that authenticity, but others think he just comes across as an overconfident kid who needs to show more respect. The reality is that Max's dominance might actually hurt his legacy. When drivers win too easily, fans don't appreciate their talent as much. People forget how good Michael Schumacher was during his Ferrari years because they were just bored by his success. Nelson Piquet. Nelson Piquet is the absolute worst person on this list. This 3-time world champion from the 1980s managed to become the most hated figure in modern F1 without even being an active driver. In 2022, interview footage from November 2021 surfaced in which he was just using racist language to describe one of the sport's greatest champions, Lewis Hamilton. The reaction was massive. Formula One banned him indefinitely. Mercedes released strong statements disapproving his words. The FIA came down hard on him. Fans around the world were furious that someone who was supposed to be a respected elder of the sport would use such extremely unpleasant language. Piquet tried defending himself by claiming it was a translation issue and that the Portuguese word doesn't carry the same meaning. Everyone immediately called bullshit on that excuse. Native Portuguese speakers confirmed he knew exactly what he was saying. He eventually issued an apology, but still claimed he wasn't being intentionally racist. The Max Verstappen connection made everything more complicated. Piquet's daughter Kelly is Max's girlfriend, creating this awkward family dynamic. When Max gave what many fans considered a weak response that seemed to defend Piquet, it just poured gasoline on the fire. Why F1 fans get so emotional? F1 fans get passionate about hating certain drivers because this sport means everything to us. These drivers are risking their lives at 200 miles per hour every weekend, and we invest our hearts into supporting our favorites and the sport itself. When drivers dominate too much like Max did, it makes races boring for everyone except his fans. When drivers underperform badly like Logan, it feels like their misuse of amazing opportunities that better drivers deserve. When they cheat or say horrible things, it feels like they're disrespecting something we love deeply. Interestingly, some of the most hated drivers often become beloved legends later in their careers. Fans absolutely despised Michael Schumacher during his dominant Ferrari years, but now he's remembered as one of the greatest ever. Maybe some of these current villains will get the same redemption treatment eventually. The truth is that controversy and strong emotions are part of what makes F1 so exciting. Whether you love them or hate them, these drivers got people talking and caring about the sport, which is sometimes just as valuable as being universally liked. So do these drivers actually deserve all the hate they get, or are fans being too harsh? Is Max really that bad for being too good? Or should we blame F1 for creating boring regulations? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this video got you fired up, smash that like button and subscribe for more F1 drama.